What's up, residents? Jacob here. Welcome to Dangerville. The upcoming Jurassic World Rebirth has a dark secret, and to understand it, let's go over the synopsis for the film that was just released. 5 years after the events of Jurassic World Dominion, the planet's ecology has proven largely inhospitable to dinosaurs. Those remaining exist in isolated equatorial environments, with climates resembling the one in which they once thrived. The three most colossal creatures within the tropical biosphere hold the key to a drug that will bring miraculous life-saving benefits to humankind. And within more promotional material for the movie, there's another part where when mentioning the lead characters like Zora, played by Scarlett Johansson, that she and the others find themselves stranded on an island where they come face to face with a sinister, shocking discovery that's been hidden from the world for decades. This last line here has led to fans wondering what the sinister and shocking thing could be that's been hidden for decades. And we're gonna theorize on this dark secret, so chomp the subscribe button if you haven't already, and if you love dinosaurs, then let's get right to it. So some of you guys watching this video may recall the crazy human-dinosaur hybrid concepts that almost happened for their reboot from Jurassic Park to Jurassic World. And yes, it's as crazy as it sounds. Here, just take a look at a few of the deleted concept art photos. Yeah, we came close to getting some real Sci-Fi Channel levels of quality stuff. Shout out to those of you old enough to remember those Sci-Fi Channel days. And after seeing that the synopsis for Rebirth kinda sounds like it's gonna go into that wacky scientifical world, some fans are thinking that Rebirth sounds like this wacky human hybrid plot that was thrown in the trash from long ago. And it has them worried that this movie might actually seem like one of those old Sci-Fi Channel movies. I'll give you guys a quick rundown of what was known about the human hybrid Jurassic World plot that was cut from the movie, thankfully. So if you saw the old Doom movie with The Rock in it, well, imagine that but with dinosaur people monster things. That's pretty much what the story was going to be in this film. Which, by the way, if you didn't hear, we're thinking about expanding and covering other movies like the old Doom movies, so if you like the sound of that, let us know down in the comments. So an accident was going to happen, which would have resulted in the humans there at this facility being mutated into these horrendous conglomerations of a human and a variety of dinosaurs. 3 specific hybrids actually had concept art created for them. There was going to be one that was a Triceratops hybrid, a Velociraptor hybrid, and of course a Tyrannosaurus Rex hybrid. The Triceratops was going to look like something out of the Lord of the Rings in my opinion. It looks like a giant cave troll all demonified. The T-Rex hybrid is actually pretty damn freaky looking, and I certainly wouldn't want to stumble upon that in the woods. And the Velociraptor hybrid would have been a thing of nightmares. Look at this guy. With some more concept art surfacing on it that kind of resembled a werewolf process, or just various other stages of human to Velociraptor hybrid stuff. The T-Rex and the Triceratops hybrids look like they'd make sense in some other more sci-fi fantasy film. They're actually kind of neat looking, I think. But the Velociraptor hybrid honestly should just never be seen on anything. That is just straight up terrifying. I would absolutely not have a good time watching that. That would be freaky, but it's also just a little too far-fetched. I just can't take it serious. And neither did the people that this presentation was pitched to. Apparently the story goes that as soon as they seen these pictures of these dinosaur hybrid human things, that the idea was instantly canned. So I don't think we have to worry about something this crazy happening in Jurassic World Rebirth. But what if they took the crazy science route but did it the right way? What if they bring more biological voodoo science into the franchise in a way that makes sense, and pays homage to the Jurassic Park books, which if you didn't know, are a good bit different than the movies. A lot of times they don't even seem like they're the same story. The events that happen in the books and the lore that gets discussed in them actually reminds me a bit of what they're alluding to in the Rebirth synopsis. It sounds a lot alike. So here's our current theory on what the revolutionary advancement to human health that the dinosaurs are needed for could be, and how it revolves around the franchise's dark secret. Now in Alistair's breakdown of the synopsis and title reveal, he mentioned the DX virus. Here, I'll show you a bit from his video so you can catch up.
DX virus. It was theorized by Ian Malcolm as well as Sarah Harding that the genetically created dinosaurs on Isla Sorna developed a prion-related disease called DX, based on records found on the island. So InGen may have evacuated the island following an outbreak.
Now let's go further into this. This virus or disease in the Lost World book was a true scare to the scientists and managers at Jurassic Park. Even to the point of the book focusing on one of the characters mentioning how he got bitten and how he was worried that he's going to get some sort of crazy disease. Well, that sadly was never expanded on, as far as I know, by Crichton, the author of the Jurassic Park series. So we don't really know how it played out in the deep lore. But why were they so worried about this new disease at the park? Well, for a super simple disease, it could be very deadly if the elements around it allowed it to flourish, and you guessed it, a dinosaur park was a perfect place for this disease to fester. In the books, the disease was theorized by Ian Malcolm and Sarah Harding to have come from when some of the carnivores were fed sheep meat, which was not hypoallergenic to the predators, after feeding the dinosaurs goat's milk as babies, which was very hypoallergenic. But what does hypoallergenic even mean? Well, it really just means that the dinosaurs in this case have a much higher chance of being allergic to the sheep meat than the goat meat. And right on schedule with chaos theory that this franchise loves, the dinosaurs in the books quickly began spreading the disease around. And it was ignited across the island because the compies in the books would go around cleaning up the fecal matter of the infected dinosaurs, meaning they ate poop. And then they would go on to spread their poopy little claws on other carcasses and vegetation around the island, and bang, dino disease. Now how can this all translate towards the new film Rebirth? Because the synopsis makes it seem like there's a human sickness or ailment on the line, not a dinosaur one. And so I have an idea. And it comes from another one of our favorite franchises from recent times, the Planet of the Apes. In this story for the new set of movies, humans eventually got this brand new disease that came from the ape uprising that, long story short, killed most of us out and made us go back to the Stone Age over time. What if the recent uprising of dinosaurs around Earth for the first time in 65 million years in the Jurassic franchise went a similar route? We did just go through a time when a random virus brought humanity to a standstill. So just imagine what would happen if the return of dinosaurs also meant a whole heap of dinosaur to human disease introductions and other spreadings in between the various species all over the globe. Humans are already susceptible to many animal-first diseases. That's actually how a lot of our diseases originate, and these are from animals that we've evolved with and have lived around for thousands of years. So just imagine if dinosaurs came back, animals that aren't supposed to be alive with us, and they introduced us to diseases we were never supposed to be around. Would our bodies even be able to handle it? For a lot of us, likely not at first. Birds and reptiles are some of the most disease and bacteria-riddled animals you can consume, and without cooking it right, could create you a whole lot of problems. A dinosaur, being like the ultimate bird reptile thing, would probably carry a ton of nastiness we can't even begin to comprehend. And if dinosaurs and humans did exist together, we would absolutely hunt and eat them. Or at least some of us would, which would spread the disease to humans. And then at that point, that could cause the disease to evolve and figure out other ways of spreading to human hosts, just like how it works in the real world. So instead of the story being based on monetary gain, or any other selfish human greed-based route, perhaps Rebirth could be solely focused on finding a cure to save lives and not really the financial gain that comes from it. An actual good thing for once in the franchise. And if they do this, it could, if it's done well, make the story have a greater sense of tension, and I'd be happy to have some crazy disease be the enemy for a change and not an evil Scooby-Doo character.
That's why this works.
So perhaps a cure is being made or attempted to be made that could save the humans from the sickness. And then after the world is saved, then they could go and use the new cure to create a story about human dinosaur zombie hybrids. I'm just joking, everybody, but honestly, that's usually how it starts, right? Jokes aside, they could also go the route of having this cure cause another avenue of conflict between the mega pharmaceutical companies that are constantly at battle with one another in this franchise. It's just happening left and right, it seems. Which could lead to a few human versus human interactions in the movie, and create another interesting obstacle for our heroes to overcome beyond the dinosaurs. And really guys, it does kind of seem to me that Jurassic World Rebirth is being made by fans of the franchise. So maybe we are going to get a super cool movie that blends the original films with the New World trilogy, and even a bit of the expanded lore from the books and other deleted concepts over the decades. The mention of how the technology being used to create the dinosaurs instead of curing cancer or other huge issues in society was always prevalent, especially in the books for the series. So maybe this sinister bad thing, the dark secret that they mentioned, is not only something from the lore, but also an idea that has been bouncing around by the creators of this franchise since the early 1990s, and now is finally getting its chance to shine. So if you like this Jurassic World Rebirth theory and want more like it, you guys know what to do. Let me know down in the comments, subscribe, hit the bell, do all that YouTube stuff if you haven't already. I appreciate you guys making a stop by Dangerville today, and I hope to see you in the next one.